All right, folks. I'm going to go ahead and get started because this is, like I said, this is going to be short and sweet, no more than 30 minutes. Although, if you guys want to stick around after, I can stick around for a little bit after if you want to just have some Q&A or some discussion. But here's the way I like to start this. We do this with a lot of groups and project teams and superintendents and things like that. The first thing I'd like to do is we check in with everybody, and you guys can chat in or you can unmute. It's a small group, so you can unmute. Just tell what your number is. But we call it the 1 to 10 exercise. Welcome, Rob. Welcome, Steve. So this 1 to 10 exercise is quite simple. You give the group your number. So 1 would be I'm sleeping poorly, I'm eating crap food, I'm not managing my stress well, I'm exhausted, I'm not exercising, I'm not connecting with humans. That would be 1. 10 would be, man, on top of everything, feel great, look great, eating well, sleeping well, managing my stress well, exercising regularly, connecting with humans in my life regularly. That would be a 10. So what's your number? And you can always just not participate, and we always give people the option to pass, but put your number in, chat it in or unmute and tell us what your number is. What would that be? 1 being the crappy, horrible things, and 10 being, wow, I'm on top of everything, feeling great, looking great, eating great, sleeping great. All right.
I'm a 6.
Okay.
Hey, Brett.
Hey, so we got 9, 5, 8, 6, which is fairly common. The average usually tends to be about 4 to 7. You guys are a little bit above average, probably because of, you're already doing some cool stuff with stress management. All right, cool. Then the next question is, all right, so here's the cool thing that happens. First of all, you start building trust and people start giving you real numbers, because some people may not want to tell you they're a 4 and they'll say I'm an 8, so you start getting trust and getting the real numbers. And then if you get a 1 or a 2, it's amazing what the group does. They'll jump in and they'll say, hey, how can we support you this week? Or what's going on? They'll want to know more information. So it becomes this dialogue and this group feedback and peer-to-peer kind of coaching and support, which is really cool. But the next question is the most important question. What one thing could you do in the next week, just in the coming week? What one thing could you do to get your number higher? What would that focus be? Just pick one thing. It might be sleep. It might be eating better. It might be doing your exercise. It might be connecting with family and friends. So what would that one thing be for you for the coming week to get that number higher in the future? So again, chat in, unmute, tell me what that is. Yeah, Clyde, sleep's the big one for me. When I'm not doing well, if I can get a couple of good nights sleep, it really resets me. Okay, great, Chris. Taking a day just for you. Awesome. Sleep is a big one for a lot of folks, these things. Okay, Steve, stronger work focus. Okay, I'm feeling you there. Okay, Rob,
Ex-
yeah. What you want to say anything more about that? Who unmuted?
I did. I wanted to say exercise more regularly.
Yeah. You can feel it, can't you, when you don't exercise, right? You just feel it. You feel the difference. Less energy. It's an investment in energy. And that you get in that horrible cycle where, oh, I'm too tired to exercise. And then it just becomes this downward spiral, right? But if you can push yourself to exercise, a lot of times that gives you the energy. All right, cool. So and again, this is a great sharing thing if you're in a group, because people get ideas. They start telling about an app or a brown noise or things that help them to sleep and to recover. So you start sharing those kind of things. Okay. So we sort of take a different approach to stress management, because a lot of stress management folks will come in and they'll say, oh, you just have to reduce your stress. So just go do that and everything will be a lot better. Well, we feel like in this industry that would be not impossible, but really difficult to do. So we say, okay, reduce stress where you can. That's an awesome thing to do. but we focus on building in more recovery throughout the day. And we tend not to do this well in this industry. We tend to push through pain, fatigue, stress, and get the job done and get the work done, right? We tend to do that so that at the end of the day, we're totally wiped out and exhausted. So let me give you an example of this, and I'm going to give you a tool to use to check your stressors versus recovery. All right, everybody do this. Put your arms straight out, both arms straight out, and make a fist. You can do this seated or you can stand up, but just straight out, make a fist. Make a really strong fist, okay? Now, your right arm, that's your badass construction person arm. You don't take breaks. You don't need breaks. You're a badass. You could push through your pain and fatigue. You don't care. Right arm is the badass construction arm. Left arm is the Zen Buddhist arm, the monk arm. That arm knows to take breaks. So put that left arm down and just kind of shake it out, but keep the right arm up because that's the badass construction arm. You don't need breaks. You don't need vacations. You don't need weekends off. You can work 80-hour weeks for months at a time. Don't even care, right? That's your right arm. Keep it out there. Now, the right arm might be starting to get a little fatigued, maybe a little tight. Put the left arm back up, though. Put the left arm back up. All right, that's your Zen Buddhist arm. It's feeling pretty good because you had a nice break there, right? Nice Zen Buddhist left arm, but keep that right arm up. Keep it strong. Don't put it down. Don't even think about putting it down. Push through and keep that thing strong out there. But you know what? I think we need another break on the left arm. Take the left arm down. Shake it out. Just relax. But keep the right arm up. Right arm gets no breaks. Right arm works 80-hour weeks. Right arm never takes vacation. Right arm is headed toward some bad health issues, right? All right, keep the right, and I put the left arm back up. All right, nice. All right, is the right arm starting to get a little tight, a little tense in the shoulder maybe, right? It's starting to feel a little fatigue. Do you care? No, you don't care because the right arm is the badass construction arm, right? You know what? I think we need another break on the left arm. Just put it down, shake it out. Keep the right arm out though. All right, you're starting to feel a little tightness there, starting to get a little hurt there, maybe in your tricep, maybe in your shoulder. All right, you see how this is working? Keep that right arm up. Don't take breaks. You don't need breaks. You're a badass. You are tough. Okay. Put the left arm back up. Let's do this one more time. All right. Right arm starting to feel a little heavy. All right. All right. Let's put them both down. Put them both down. Now, here's the question. How much longer could you have kept the right arm up there? I always get people say, forever. You know, I could do it for days. No, you can't. I mean, in reality, maybe you get it up another 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But the other question is, how long could you have kept the left arm out there and done that? All day, all night, every day, right? Because you're taking those breaks. So that's what we talk about. Let's build in more recovery throughout our day instead of pushing through like we tend to do in this industry. And we have something that's in the online store. If you go to my online store on my website, scroll down pretty far. It's called the Body Battery Inventory. So check out the Body Battery Inventory on my online store, brentdarnell.com. Go to the online store, scroll down, Body Battery Inventory. I'm going to put it in the chat. And then you'll take it. And what it does is it has a list of stressors and you check all the boxes and it totals up the numbers. And then you have all the recovery stuff that you do. And then it totals up the numbers. And if your number's negative, you either have to reduce your stress or build in more recovery. We vote on building in more recovery, and there's tons of recovery ideas that we have in there. And it's all the things we know to do: get your sleep and eat well and exercise and connect with humans and all of those things. So focus more on building in that recovery all throughout your day. That's where this is at. Okay. That's where we're talking about. All right. So let's shift gears a little bit. Let's talk about breathing for a minute. Let's just talk about breathing and how we breathe. So try this. Put one hand like right across the chest, right across the middle of your chest, and put the other hand on your belly button. Now take a giant deep breath and then let it out. Now, which hand moves the most? A lot of people, again, everybody's different, but many people in this industry, the top hand at your chest level will move more than the bottom hand at your belly. We call that chest breathing. And you're probably using only the top 1/3 to 1/4 of your lung capacity. Okay. Well, that does lots of really not good things. Okay. That you're depriving yourself of oxygen that you need. You're breathing shallow, so that puts your body automatically into a fight flight situation. It thinks it's in danger, so you start pumping out adrenaline, cortisol. Also, when you breathe out, you get rid of a lot of toxins on a cellular level. So you're not getting rid of the toxins. You're not oxygenating your brain. Lots of horrible things start happening. So one simple thing about keeping an eye on your breath, and if you breathe in and that bottom hand at your belly moves more, that's called diaphragmatic breathing. So it's about when you breathe in, let your belly go out and fill the bottom of your lungs first. Use your diaphragm to fill all your lung at the bottom, and then work your way up and fill your entire lungs with air. Now, what happens think about like when you see a baby breathing or an animal breathing, it's like their whole body's moving, right? But then we become adults and we restrict our breath. And when we focus on something, we hold our breath and we wear tight clothes and maybe even girdle stuff, compression shirts to hold your belly in, and you're not able to breathe properly. So this is about proper breathing. And if you do this one simple thing and keep an eye on your breathing and do that deep diaphragmatic breathing, especially when you're feeling stressed, especially when you have that level of focus, do that diaphragmatic breathing, you're going to feel much better at the end of the day. You're going to have more energy. You're going to be able to do a lot more because you're more efficient, more effective. Okay. So breathing, that's where we start a lot of these when we talk about recovery stuff, is how you're breathing. And if you're feeling stressed, ask that question. How am I breathing? My guess is you're probably breathing pretty shallow. Again, putting your body into fight flight. So breathing is vital. So I'm gonna just, and some of you may know this, but let's just do a breathing exercise. It's a meditation. And the Navy SEALs do this. You may have heard of this, called box breathing. And why would Navy SEALs do meditation techniques? Anybody have any guesses? You want to chat in or unmute and tell me why you think? I'm just going to go ahead.
You got to stay calm in chaos.
Yeah, right. So they're storming a compound. If they go into fight flight, if they get their heart rate up, blood pressure up, adrenaline and cortisol up, then they can't function. They can't solve problems. They can't be effective and efficient, right? So they use this technique to stay calm. In 2 minutes, it'll lower your blood pressure, lower your respiration rate, lower your heart rate, lower your cortisol and adrenaline. Everything is working really well when you do this. Yeah, Clyde, also, yeah, it helps to have them focus, right? Meditation gives you focus. And again, this isn't my opinion. Harvard Medical has done a ton of studies on meditation, and they find that it actually changes the expression of your genes that have to do with like glucose production and taking care of the glucose in your body and immune responses. So you're actually bolstering your immune system and your ability to handle glucose, but also it does something that we have these things called telomeres. They're like shoelaces on the end of our chromosomes. When you do regular meditation practice, you lengthen the telomeres because telomeres shrink when you age. So it reverses the aging process. And again, this is Harvard Medical. This isn't some fly by night. This is pretty solid research on meditation. Now they just call it sort of quiet time. It can be prayer time, meditation time. You have to find the meditation that works for you. Maybe it's a walk in nature. Maybe it's silence. Maybe it's music. Maybe it's, whatever that is for you. So let's just try this. We'll just do this for a couple of minutes and see where it takes us. Are you ready? Just follow my counts. You can close your eyes if you want. Follow my counts. It'll take you a couple of rounds to get into the rhythm of the breath. All right, you ready? Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. hold, 2, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, and relax. So, question, you can chat or not, but how do you feel? Do you feel relaxed? Do you feel focused? And that was just a couple of minutes. Imagine if you did that throughout your day and took some time and did that as a recovery activity. That's what we're talking about, more recovery activities. So let's just again, chat in, unmute. What's your favorite recovery activity when you're feeling stressed? What do you do? For me, it's breathing all the time, every time, because I tend to hold my breath when I'm focused and stressed. So some nice deep diaphragmatic breathing, and I do multiple meditation techniques. Yeah, Rob, breath work. Rob's into it. He knows, right? Yeah, breath work is where it's at for me. Okay, Steve, take a walk. You breathe, meditate, exercise. Exercise, awesome. Exercise is very good for you. Oh, sit by the water. Yeah. Oh, Coretta, acupuncture. I've been doing the acupuncture thing for probably 40 years now. Yeah. Yeah. Nature, Clyde, nature and breathing. Here's the cool thing about nature. There's this whole study thing on forest bathing, going out into nature. And here's what happens. Your brain, like when it's in an urban landscape and you got alleys and doorways and stoops and stuff, your brain is constantly looking for the danger. So you tend to not turn off. When you hit nature, unless you're in like a grizzly preserve or something, your brain automatically relaxes. It automatically just calms down because there's nothing to process there. There's no danger to try to ferret out, and understand. So the nature stuff is very cool. Okay. All right, good. Thank you all for sharing that. All right, we got a few minutes left. Here's what I want to do for next time. Rainbows over crocodiles. You're going to have to explain that. I'm sorry.
One from Dr. Seth. He talks about those three primal things that you're hitting on when you're looking
Yeah.
for the tigers that'll eat you or
Yeah.
what's going to kill you.
Oh,
Is instead of
yeah.
looking for crocodiles all day, you look for rainbows. So in
Oh,
our modern
cool.
world, those emails, the text messages, look for the rainbows.
Oh, nice. I love that. All right. So we're going to do this every week. We may shift the time a little bit later for the West Coast people, but I want to do this every week, and I want to start getting people to weigh in and start bringing their wisdom to this group, because it's not about what I know. It's about what we all know. And I know several of you are really, experts we got Steve as an emotional intelligence expert, in my opinion. Rob's been doing this work with meditation for quite a while. We need to tap into the collective of this. Chris is into this. Chris is into health and well-being and teaches it to craft people, mental, physical, emotional well-being. So that's what we want to get going. We got some people even coming in. But anyway, I want to do this every week. And again, if nobody shows up, I'll go have another cup of coffee. But whoever shows up is supposed to show up. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I just want to have this touch point and this connection with you guys and with this industry and start just having these discussions and helping each other and supporting each other and giving each other resources. So along those lines, I thought about what could I do to give these people even more stuff. I've got a bunch of online courses. If you look on my website, I've got one on stress management for peak performance. It's a really cool course. It'll go through tons of different meditation and breathing techniques. It talks about nutrition. It talks about sleep, how to get better sleep, how to eat better. It talks about just managing your stress better, all kind of stress management techniques and mindfulness techniques and things like that. So I thought about how can I give these people sort of a gift of this, and so here's what I came up with. I've got a 50% coupon, so you can get this. You can just do the stress management course, or you can buy other courses. Doesn't matter. But I especially would love you to check out the stress management course. So if you go to the sign up page and then hit browse, check the stress management course or any other courses you want. And then at the bottom, there's a place to put in a coupon. Just put in 50%, all caps. And when you check out, it'll take 50% off. So that's my gift to you. And you can share that with anybody you want. Your companies, your friends, family, if you want them to experience some of this as well. So check it out. I would love to get your feedback on the course if you're so inclined. I think it'll really help you because we just did about 25 minutes on just some real simple breathing and the meditation technique. This covers everything to do with how your body works and the mind-body connection and how to recover from that stress. So I'm going to open it up to everybody, anybody, chat in or unmute. Tell me what did you get out of this 30 minutes, and what can you offer? Like, what's your magic formula for just really keeping an eye on managing your stress better? So either one of those. Tell me what you got out that you're going to apply or take a look at, and then what's your magic deal for really managing your stress in a good way.
This was great, Brent. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chris.
It's important to reflect on both of the things you did, both your right arm and your left arm felt.
Yeah.
And where you were at after the box breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Chris, I met Chris at a mental health summit like 4 years ago. And one of the things we did during my session was called 3 minutes of nothing. Do you remember that, Chris? You're breaking up a little bit.
To do it here, I'm sorry, I use it a lot.
Yeah.
As I've told you, that's something that I use. It's but even the box breathing, it's Friday, and then unfortunately, in only 2 days or so, it's going to be Monday. Something to start your Monday off with.
That's
get
right.
yourself focused, get yourself ready, because all hell breaks loose in Monday morning.
All right. Excellent, Clyde. Yeah, that nature stuff is awesome. Chris, we did this 3 minutes of nothing, and you'd be amazed at how hard it is to do that for some people. Your brain keeps saying, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this, and keeps kind of bombarding you with the must do's and have do's and stress and things you're thinking about that you're worried about. 3 minutes of nothing is harder than it looks. But I always tell people, if that was hard for you, then probably do this more often, right? It's sort of like this guy asked me, how long should I meditate? I said, well, about probably 20, 30 minutes, unless you're really stressed and hurried and don't have time, then you should probably do an hour. So yeah, that's how that works. All right, Steve, great. Yeah, cool. Excellent. The arm exercise. I love that exercise. And it really points out people really feel it. So it's embodied, but also it's so true in this industry. Don't we just keep pushing? We just don't take those breaks. We just have been taught not to take breaks. and to push, and we take, 5 minutes to eat lunch and go back to work, and we eat at our desk, and that's horrible as well. That does some horrible things also. If you're eating while you're stressed, you're probably not digesting your food very well. I would take at least 20 minutes to eat. Just use that as one of your recovery activities. Enjoy your food. Look at the colors and the textures, and thank all the people that got that food to your plate. And just enjoy it and have that as a recovery thing. So check out the body battery inventory. Check out the online courses if you want. I would love to get your feedback on both. Sava, taking breaks. Yeah. We're so bad at that. Me included. I'm going to throw myself into that category. I tend to just keep going, right? All right. Thank you all for being here. I hope to see you next week. Spread the word. We're going to have these discussions and hopefully help each other. I'm going to stop the recording now, but I'm going to stick around.